Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we will, I hope if you all don't mind, we will just quickly go through all the names which we have studied so far. Okay. Om Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Babaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Swarupaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Varadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Gunatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sadhu Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sadhu Jana Poshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvajnaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Jana Priyaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Shakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarveshaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Sangha Parityagine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Mahimatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Maheshwara Swarupaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Partigramodbhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Partikshetra Nivasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Yashakaya Shirdi Vasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jodi Adipalli Somapaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bharadvaja Rishi Gotraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhakta Vatsalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apantaratmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Avatara Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Bhaya Nivarine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apastamba Sutraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ratnakara Vamshodbhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shirdi Sai Abheda Shaktyavatārāya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shankaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shirdi Sai Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dwaraka Mai Vasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Chitravati Tata Puttaparthi Viharine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Shakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sharanagata Tranaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Anandaya Namaha. So, Om Shri Sai Anandadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Artha Trana Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Anatha Nathaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Loka Bandhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Loka Raksha Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Loka Nathaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dina Jana Poshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Murti Traya Swarupaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Mukti Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kalusha Vidhuraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Karunakaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvadharaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Hridaya Vasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Punya Phala Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Papa Kshaya Karaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Roga Nivarine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Badha Haraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ananta Nuta Kartrine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Adi Purushaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Adi Shaktaye Namaha. So these are the names which we saw in the past few weeks. So we will continue. For some reason, I'm missing. Okay. Okay. So we will start with the 58th name today. I will read it slowly. Om Shri Sai Aparupa Shakti Ne Namaha. Om Shri Sai Aparupa Shakti Ne Namaha. So as you can see, there's only, I think most of the letters, the Ru you should take a look at, because the U, that additional aperture, additional piece of writing comes in the middle of the U. As you can see, it is extra additional piece which we write to the Ra, that comes in the middle of the letter Aru. Then Ukti also you should look at. This is, I think you have already looked at Shakti quite a few times. So it's a compound consonant. As long as you become familiar with it, you should be able to read it. Okay. So this is the fourth vibhakti or chaturthi vibhakti of the noun. That means two aparupa shakti. Okay, or four aparupa shakti, whichever. And the simple noun is aparupa shaktin. It's not a very common, this name itself is not a very common one in Sanskrit. But aparupa shaktin is the simple noun. Okay. So this word or name is consisting of two distinct words, I would say. The first one is aparupa. The second one is shaktin. Okay. So aparupa itself actually is comprised of two words. It's apa and rupa. Okay. So the meaning which I have given here is form, which form means rupa, which inspires wonder and delight. Okay. So basically apa would stand for wonder and delight. Shaktin means one who possesses energy, one who has the Shakti. Oh, he is the Shakti himself, he is the power. So he is that power which of a form which inspires wonder and delight. So the meaning is prostration to the one whose power that inspires wonder. That's the meaning I have given here. I think there are a few of you who are, who are interested. Does the aparupa? So I just wanted to clarify, because sometimes I get questions saying that the meaning is slightly different in common usage. So this is a classic example. Okay. So I thought I will just spend a little bit of time. I hope it's a bit academic, but I thought I should mention, because there are again and again questions being asked. And so I will share some of the resources which are available online also, and explain the meaning of this word. How the common usage can sometimes be completely distorting the meaning of the name. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to share. I hope you all don't mind, about 10-15 minutes I will spend on this. But I thought some of you at least may be interested, and maybe that's also information which you can do your own personal study, because this class may not go on for indefinitely. Okay, so I will just stop this sharing, and I'm going to share something else. Okay. So I have so this is, see, I use some books at home to do my research. I have some dictionaries, and I also use online. So I thought I will share, because you may think, how is, I don't know, putting this together, which book is he referring? Actually, it is not one book. I try to use multiple resources, because this presentation is a study for myself also. So I use this opportunity. So I am just going to show you. There are many online dictionaries available. I just want to highlight the challenges in trying to use them also. I just wanted to highlight so that if you all are individually choosing to use some of these online resources, you will know, you will have this in mind. That's what I would say. Okay. So, so this word, I use a couple of places, but this website, it's called Kosha Sanskrit Today. Okay. KST. Okay. If you do online search KST dictionary, you will get this. Kosha itself means dictionary. Actually, kosha is a vessel where you collect. So it's a collection of all the words. So kosha, the original Sanskrit dictionary or one of the ancient ones, Amara Kosha is a very common one. Some of them are not available because it's all written in Sanskrit and people want shortcuts. But this website, they even have online classes. Actually, you all can take a look at it. I would recommend this as a good resource. There are hundreds of resources. I don't want to comment anything bad about them, but I think each of those, many of them have some vested interest, which should become pretty apparent when we discuss this. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that to your attention so that it's also an additional information about the language and why it is important that we all study independently. Okay, so that is the purpose of this 10-15 minutes. I hope you bear with me. So what this website does is, if you put a word, I have written here APAR, you have used as capital, which means a longer U. You put a capital letter or an uppercase. Uppercase will always indicate a longer vowel. A, small case A means it's a short vowel. Uppercase A mean it's a longer A. So U short form is denoted by a small u. Here in this case, I have put a uppercase one, which means a longer vowel. So I did this search just to demonstrate to you. I thought I will do this. So Aparupa, because it's a very uncommon word, so there are multiple dictionaries where I was able to find the meanings. So I'm just going to go through because you saw the meaning which I had given is wonder and delight, wonder or delight or whatever I would give. So here, if you say, this is a dictionary called Shabda Sagara. This dictionary was created in the year 1900 by an Indian called Bhattacharya. But what he did was he relied on some dictionaries which were done by the Westerners like Wilson and so on. I will come down below. Okay. So he has given the meaning Aparupa means ugly, deformed, ill-looking, ill-made, monstrous. Okay. Then is given Aparupam means monstrosity, deformity. Apa means the meaning he has given is bad. Rupa is form. Okay. So Aparupa is giving bad form. So if you to go back to our Ashtotra Shata Namam in the Ashtotra Shata Namavali, that means who has the Shakti of a bad form. That's the meaning you will get. So this is only all the meaning which is given by this person called Bhattacharya. He is from Calcutta, and in 1900 he produced this dictionary which can be used for Indians to study, written by an Indian. But depending on, I will show you a few other dictionaries which were done earlier. So there was another, many Westerners took a lot of interest, especially in the 1800s. 1800 to 1900, many Westerners took a lot of interest, and there was a lot of money given to many Westerners to go and study Sanskrit and write these dictionaries. So there was a person called Yeats who wrote a dictionary in which he has given Aparupa, only one meaning he has given, ugly. Then there's another person called Wilson. He has given the meaning just the way you saw in Shabdasagara, So as you can see, Shabdasagara took everything identical from here and put it there. Okay, this is it, Wilson. Ugly, deformed, ill-looking, ill-made, monstrous, monstrosity, deformity, bad form. As you can see, that Shabdasagara has exact same thing. This person wrote this dictionary in 1856. Okay. Then this is Apte. This is actually in the 1900, post 1900. I don't have the exact date. I can look up. This is again written by an Indian author. Actually, I have the hard copy version. It's published in Banaras and everywhere. I think the first edition came out in 1965. 1965, he wrote this. Okay. And he has done a little better, as you can see. Aparupa, he has given ugly, deformed, odd-shaped, deformity, monstrosity. Just like here, you can see. Then he has given the word delight and wonder, and he has said Veda. So in the Vedic usage, the meaning is delight and wonder. So this person, see, sometimes, already there are already existing dictionaries. So you have to, if you give out your own meaning, people may not agree. So what he has done is, he has taken these also and given, and he has also put an additional one called Vedic meaning is delight and wonder. Okay. So there's this is another one, Monia Williams column. This is also a very famous dictionary. But as you can see, monstrosity, deformity, deformed, ill-looking, odd-shaped. So as you can see, so many dictionaries we have referred. Only one dictionary says delight and wonder. Spoken Sanskrit. This is somewhere in the, I think, Denmark or somewhere. One university sort of maintains this spoken Sanskrit. They've done some good work. But as you can see, upper women's odd-shaped, ill-looking, quaint, odd-shaped, deformed, odd, monstrosity, deformity. Again, the same meanings which you already saw. But it is not talking about any good meaning. The Vedic meaning is not mentioned here. Okay. Monstrosity and ill-formed is the only meaning. Then gold stucker. Okay, Aparupa. It's a Tatpurusha. Is giving some grammatical detail. I don't want to go into the detail. Monstrosity, deformity. Then he says it's a Bahuvrihi Samasa. The type of Samasa, okay, Apa and Rupa. He's saying monstrous and deformed. Strange, uncommon, and comical. And he's also doing the same thing. So this is another Westerner. So these are all the dictionaries available in English. So the only one which gave you some positive meaning is Apte's dictionary. Okay, his name is it's the most so I have a hard copy of it, which is Vaman Shivaram Apte. Okay, he has done a reasonably good job in English dictionary of Sanskrit. Now I'm going to go to two. So all these were done in the 1800s and 1900s. Then there are two dictionaries. One is called Kalpadruma. The other one is Vachaspatyam. These both were done in the 1700s in India. But the dictionary, as you can see, the meaning is also given in Sanskrit. Okay. So I'm just going to read it and just explain to you a little bit. If you don't mind, I hope you'll bear with me. Aparupam. Okay, three means all three lingas you can use actually. Apakrishtam, Rupam, Karma, Dhare, Samasa. He's telling what type of Samasa, compound word it is. Okay. Then he's giving the meaning Apakrishta Rupam, Vikrita Rupam, Apopasargena Rupa, Shabdasya Bahubhrivi Samasa, Karmadwara Samase Kli. Means he's telling what type of Samasa it is. These are some technical details. But we'll come to this one. Loke tu आश्चर्यमिति प्रसिद्धम. Loke tu आश्चर्यमिति प्रसिद्धम. Ascharya means wonder. Prasiddha means it's very well known. So Aparuma means that which form in this world which will be wonderful, wondrous, and also will be well known. That is the meaning the dictionary called Kalpadruma gives for Sanskrit. Okay. This apakrishta rupam, vikrita means that's something which has changed from its original nature. Vikrita rupa means something, the original form is something, but it has changed its form. Okay, vikriti means that which morphs into something else. Okay. Then vachaspatyam, apa, anande, ascharyeva. Okay, that's the meaning. Now means napumpasali. There are some technical details of the grammar. But if you look at apa, anande, ascharyeva means upper. So we have to look at the word upper, but I will come to that later. Anande means with joy. Ascharya, wonder, surprise. Okay. So the form which gives you joy and ascharya, wonder, is the word aparupa. That's the meaning of this. As you can see, these Sanskrit dictionaries don't give any too many negative meanings. Okay. Then he is giving additional meanings. Ascharya rupe, ananda hetu prasam siddha rupe cha. Okay. So as you can see, there are quite a few positive meanings given in this Sanskrit dictionary. They have not dwelt on very negative meanings. Then I also took the word apas. Okay, because as you can see, upper, the upper comes from a original word called root word called apas. So I looked at that meaning. Okay, apas. Okay, because sometimes you all ask me, what does this word mean? So I do go and do some research. So I thought I will share this online so that you also can help yourself. Otherwise, you can say, I don't know, said so. I don't think anyone should say that. If I said, you all should be able to go and verify it. So I will just show you some places where you can go and verify. So Shabda Sagar, apas means sacrificing. Yes, Sairam sister Dharani. I think Sister Dharani raised, but she's. If you have to speak, you have to unmute and
Sorry,
speak.
I don't know. I just, sorry, brother. I just accidentally, I was going to give thumbs up,
Okay,
but
okay,
I
no problem.
don't have that option in here. So I
Don't
kind of,
worry. No, okay,
okay,
thank you.
sorry.
No problem. So apas is the original word. It means sacrificing. Okay. There are additional words. It's technical details, so I will just leave that. Capeller, the same some of these English people are giving. Apas means work, action. Apas means active, skillful. Okay. Yates, upper means sacrificing. Wilson, uppers means sacrificing to obtain. Okay. Apte is giving. Uppers means work, action, sacred act, right, sacrificial work. Water, active, engaged. Okay, these are meanings given there. Okay, they're talking about divinities and all that. Apas also means water. Okay, water which nourishes everything. That also has a meaning. So Monier William, he says work, action, especially sacred act, sacrificial act, active, skillful in any, and the three goddesses of sacred speech. Okay, work, active, diligent, and if you, I'm sorry, I'm running, rushing too. I don't want to spend too much time. Uppers means, there are more, you all can go and look at it. But I thought I will just show you. Sisavan Prajapatis, there are many, many. So you can see the word upper has multiple meanings. Okay. Beautiful works, Benfi he is saying. Then Vachaspatyam we come. He is also giving some meanings, but the same meanings. Madhyamana, again, lot of additional detail, but what I wanted to show you was, then there are some dictionaries which give you meaning in German and all that. Okay. So ultimately, see, it gives Saraswati, Apastamba, all of that have come from the word upper. Okay. So there is lots of positive meanings for the word upper. So upper rupa means all this divine and then the form. Okay. But unfortunately, many of these dictionaries in English give very, very negative meaning for the word aparupa. One has to wonder, because what has happened is many, even we Indians or Sri Lankans, so we come from the Eastern tradition, we rely on some of these people's work. to study Sanskrit. But you had to question the intention of some of these people, why they would put this. Because to create actually confusion. There are so many Englishmen have written Sanskrit dictionaries. There are very few Indians writing Sanskrit English dictionary. Only one person is Apte, who has done a reasonably good job. So I just wanted to point that out, and I can dwell on it, but I thought I will just point it out to you. So when I'm coming in, I'm doing my own homework because it's for my own study. So you also can go and look up these websites, and there are other, they have free online classes, very good classes. I think one of the best, I would say. Try and see the classes. I would recommend anyone to go to this website because, in my view, it is done by some group of Indians from attached to another organization called Sanskrit Bharati, and they are doing wonderful work, free, all free. But I use their resources also to sometimes, if I want to verify something, and it has been a very great help for me in my own study. Okay, so I will go back to our. Sorry about this digression, but because I get questions, so I thought I will show you all what I use so that you all can go and check also. Okay, and if you have questions, you can ask. For your self study, it will be useful. So that was my only reason. So we'll come back to Aparupa Shakne, which inspires one. Aparupa inspires wonder, a form which inspires wonder and delight. Ananda Ascharya. So that's the meaning I have given. So if somebody were to ask, if you also see a dictionary and you see some other meaning, and then you'll say, from where did I don't know get this meaning? Either I will just show you, so that okay, I will proceed if there are no questions. Pardon me if I was just boring you with too much unnecessary detail. Asaira. 59. So we'll go to the next Nama. Was I think Sister Aruna had raised a hand, I thought I saw. Maybe she also by mistake, I don't know.
Brother, I was about to ask you, but at the end, when you describe Swami, it always goes in the positive side of it. And the Abhayam, and
Yeah,
that's
different.
itself,
That is
that is not goes with this Abha.
no. That is
Because
Abha.
when you look at the word itself, Abharupa, fearless Rupa, kind of it comes, right?
No. That is Tamil meaning. That's a Tamil
Yes,
meaning.
Tamil meaning.
Because
That's
in
the thing.
Tamil, Appa and Abha, everything is same.
Yes.
So, but that can cause additional confusion.
Okay, I was
Okay.
thinking about that, so
No.
okay.
It's Appa.
Appa. Okay.
Abha will mean completely different.
Okay, I was like comparing that, and I'm thinking to myself. So when we were chanting
You have
all
to
this time, then
see whatever we do, we have to go and do the research. We just think, then we may make mistake, and I think that is something which our Indians have done this for thousands of years. We have relied on somebody else to tell what's at in our home. It's like getting a consultant to come home and show what is in our own house. Okay, because we are not used to. So it's that kind of a thing. I will ask Brother Vimalesh, and he raised his hand.
Yeah, just you explain. I was just to be a little more clear. So in the original, the older Sanskrit dictionaries you were explaining, there's nowhere this negative meaning was given. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So from where they got this?
I don't want to speculate, brother.
Okay.
But you should understand, many of these people were sent from the West, funded by certain organizations, to go and learn it and teach it to the locals and mislead them. That's all I would say. I don't want to dwell on this topic too much.
Right.
So I would say, go to our own sources and do our own study, and a rigorous study we have to do. If we have to revive Sanskrit, if we have to revive the Vedic culture, we have to go to the root. See, this is not a problem for Sanskrit, it's a problem for even Swami's own teachings. I don't want to get into this discussion, but we have to question the intention of many of these people who distort what is truth. And unfortunately, we ourselves subscribe to some of them. It is very unfortunate that we do not go to the source and study. We rely on second-hand information. That is the problem. And we have, I mean, it's a completely different topic, brother. Even Max Muller's communication, letters written home to the church, all this, there's a big topic. Though they came and studied, actually some of these people were genuine students, but because the people who fund them want certain outcome, and so they have to serve the masters who are funding their own livelihood and the effort. So this is the reality. I will just stop here. It should not become a negative discussion, but I just wanted, because sometimes questions get asked. Like even Tamils, we are writing a script, it's a side mark. The current script which we are using was developed or changed by a European. I don't know whether many people know, but I will stop at that. A person who is given a name called Virama Munivar, you all can go and do the research. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that everything. See, sometimes when some people do good and bad together, you don't know what is good, what is bad. You don't have to judge them, but we have to go to the source and study. So that's all my point. I will stop here, brother. Sorry about. I don't know why they did and how they did it. That is a big question. How they did it means they studied the same text, and those texts didn't have that information. And how did they come up with it? Okay, that's all I will ask, because what they did was, like, for example, I will just give you some extra example. We were talking about Gandham last time, okay? Sugandham and Sugandhim and Gandhim.
Yeah.
If you take Tamil, there's a word called Natram.
Yeah.
If you go to Sangha times literature,
Yeah.
Natram does not have either positive or negative connotation, and many times it has been used in a positive name.
Positive, yeah.
Okay, but today, Natram,
Yeah.
the word Natram means only bad order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how does this happen? Because we have not studied the original Sangakala literature.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So because of that, now in our usage, we use the word Natram as bad order.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if somebody comes and says no, if you read it in a Thevaram, you say Natram, then say also it's how can Shiva smell bad? Like that you will think. Okay,
Yeah.
this is our problem because we have not studied.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, and that is why these things happen in language. And once after some time, somebody will say they are describing Shiva in a very bad way, or Lakshmi, things
Yeah,
like that.
but among among the learned, they have clarity. Among the
But very
common
few.
people, they have this problem.
I
But
understand.
for Sanskrit, I guess nowadays, especially in the last few years, there must be a lot of it's
It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So
A
they
lot.
must there must be good. I don't know. There must be good dictionaries which are written by.
Not yet, brother.
Oh, okay.
See, we all wait for somebody else to do the work. See, everyone says there's a problem, somebody has to solve it, And that's what's happening in India. But there are a few organizations. The one which I showed you, like KST, Kosha Sanskrit Today. That's a wonderful group of people who are trying to, revive
Okay.
and do a great service. So you are right. In the past 5-6 years, there's a huge revival of literature in Sanskrit and even other native languages in India. There's a new revival. That's all I would say. Okay, it's all Swami's grace. But I just thought I will share it. I just share it because the reason I'm sharing it is because some of you may look at a dictionary and they will say, from where did he get this meaning? What is the source? So I thought I will just demonstrate a little bit, because I can't come and tell you, what I refer every day, every week. I don't want to spend too much time, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse.
Okay.
So this is being done with a lot of, not too lightly. I have not taken it lightly because it's my own benefit. And I have benefited much more than you all would imagine how much.
But in any of the Ashtotram with meanings, they are given the correct meaning. So the scholars who have written these things,
Yes.
they have done it right. Yeah.
Yes, like Professor Kasturi has written this book called Garland of 108 Precious Gems. He has done a very good job. But the thing is, people can say from where he didn't give too much detail. It's for a common man, it's good enough.
Right.
For a common man, it's good enough. But because we are studying Sanskrit, I thought I should point this out, because the more the next generation and the future generations know where to go and get, because no one should come and tell Kasturi just wrote it on his own.
This is again, this thing, either you don't study or study well. If those who don't study have no problem, because the meaning is given right. But if someone with half knowledge check these dictionaries, will be in problem. So
That's all.
Ignorance is bliss. Yeah.
But the thing is, ignorance is bliss for some time, but at least some point we have to study.
Yeah, you are right.
The responsibility is we are the beneficiaries or the losers if we do not study, is the way I look at it. So I thought, I will just spend some time. Sorry about it, because there are most of the names I think we are okay, but this was a very specific one which can cause problem down the road.
Okay.
So I thought I will just spend some time.
Good, thank you.
Even the Avarana, which last you asked, I have done some extra research to explain, but I thought it's too much, so I will just leave it. You can go and do the search here if you want, but it's similar to this. Avarana means putting a you block some things around. Okay, surrounding it something is vri. Okay, avarana means you block something away, so that's how you prevent. So things like that, but I will not go into details. We will go to the next name. I'm sorry, it's about 3/4 of an hour went by, and you may be thinking, we came to study Ashtotra Sadhana.
But as you said, there is always a reliable old this thing for anything. As you said, I don't know any Sanskrit, but I always heard and studied that Amarakosha is the standard this thing. So anyone can check that, those who know Sanskrit.
Yes, that is a problem. To know the Sanskrit, you need to know Sanskrit, so that becomes a tough challenge for people. Now, a lot of people just know how to read, but to read commentaries in Sanskrit is a bit of a challenge for most common man, because people have not studied the language, or there's so much opposition also to the study of that language in many parts in India, so that's a problem. Okay, so we will go to the next one if you don't mind. Okay, Om Shri Sai Avyakta Rupine Namaha. Avyakta Rupine. Avyakta Rupine Namaha. So again, this is the Chaturthi Vibhakti or the fourth Vibhakti. Chaturthi means fourth Vibhakti. So to that or for that, our prayer or our salutation. Okay. The simple name is Avyakta Rupi. Avyakta Rupi. Avyakta means unmanifest, simple meaning. Avyakta. I have also given the meaning unindividualized. Okay. Rupi means form. Rupi means form. So prostration to the one with the unmanifest, unindividualized form. Okay, so that's the meaning I've given here, just so that in English it means something. But I will dwell on this avyakta. Vyakta means individual. Vyakti. In this world, in every person is called a vyakti. So vyakti means that which Brahman, which is not broken down into individuals, that Brahman is called avyakta. That means as soon as a form is created, it is separated itself. It has given it some limitations. So you can say it's a limitless also. Avyakta means unmanifest. That means it will not take a form. But avyakta rupi means one with the form of unmanifest. Form means again not the form. So there's an oxymoron you can say, but the thing is we are praying to that form which is unmanifest. So even when we are praying to Swami, what this means is we want to see the avyakta, unmanifest form within you, which you represent. To that we are bowing. So that avyakta means unmanifest, which we can't see now with our eyes. It is not separated. To that form, to that divine form, we are paying our salutations. That's the meaning of avyakta. Okay. Sorry about. So if there is no other questions, I'll go to the next one.
But it's so you can say it's a form which is not seen
Manifest,
or not
manifest.
Not manifest. So in other words, it's formless. So that way also.
You can say it's formless.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. Avyakta rupa means formless. Also, you can say yes. The form which is unmanifest means that's formless. Yeah, that's true. So the thing is, we are praying to Swami because that the principle of Swami, which is not the form, not restricted by the form, to that we are bowing down. Okay, so that's my understanding. That's why I use the word unindividualized. Don't treat that as an individual. Okay, so that was my point. Okay, the next one. Om Shri Sai Kama Krodha Dhvamsine Namaha. Okay. Few letters I think you have to pay attention, especially for people from the Tamil speaking people, I would say. Crow is a kra, this kra plus this additional bar and the rabbit here above that. We'll say crow. This is kra. It's a compound consonant. Ik and ra, kra, crow. This one is dha, which is the fourth letter in the tha varga. So that means dha, this is dha. Okay, you can see. So aspirated with extra air we have to put. Krodha. Krodha. The next one is dwa. This is also a compound consonant. It's id. This is the same dha, but it's half. That means without vowel. Id and va. Okay, dwa. So that's a dhv. Okay, dhvamsine. This is umsi. You can say and sa. Okay. So a lot of compound consonant, but I think you all know the words at least superficially. But if you pay attention, krodha dhvamsine namaha. Krodha dhvamsine namaha. I think it should not have a problem. So kama is desire, krodha is anger, dhvamsin means one who destroys. Okay. Kama krodha dhvamsine namaha. So prostration to the one who destroys desire and anger. Sometimes, not sometimes, sometimes there are some commentators who say when someone says kama krodha, does he only destroy those two or the series which starts with that? Okay, kama krodha, etc. Kama krodhadi. Also, that's also another use. So many people say when in a samasa it comes like this, you have to fill in the blanks of all the others which go along with that. So kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madha, matsarya. There are 6 arishad vargas, or 6 enemies. All of them are included in the kama, krodha. That is also another way to interpret as a meaning. So otherwise it should be pretty straightforward for all of you. Okay, because Swami has spoken so much about desire and anger. So the next Ashtotram. Sata Nama. Sometimes I think we all say, what is Ashtotram? We will say. Actually, Ashtotram means 8 and. But the thing is not complete if we say Ashta Uttara Shata. Ashta Uttara Shata Namavali. Okay, then only it's 108 names. So Om Shri Sai Kanakambara Dharine Namaha. Kanakambara Kumbha Ra Dharine Namaha. Okay. This is a compound consonant and this is the fourth dha. Kanakambara Dharine Namaha. Okay, Sister Dharani is here. This Dharani. That's why you should write originally, but in Tamil we write slightly differently. So the simple, this is again the fourth vibhakti or the chaturthi vibhakti, the variation to mean that to that Kanakambara Dhari. The simple name or noun is Kanakambara Dhari. Okay. Kanaka means golden. Ambara means cloth. Dhari means one who wears. So I'm just going to give another meaning which I should have put here. Let's just put the additional name. Okay. Kanaka means golden. Ambara means cloth, but it also means sky or the space. Dhari means, generally we say one who wears. You can see one who supports and okay, or holds. Okay, so you can say. Okay, things like that. Also, there are meanings. So, somebody has written a comment. Sister is talking about Kanakambara flower. That sister, yes, I will come to that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. My understanding is that, but now I know.
Yes. Because that flower is given the name because Kanakambara, flower, because that flower itself is clothed in golden color. So cloth means not only the shirt we wear or the dress we wear, it also means that which covers, the space which covers, the space around it, all that means. That's it. But that's how the name flower comes. Kanakambara Dhari means one who wears the Kanakambara flower also can be a meaning you can take. You are right. There are so many meanings, but I am just imagination is there's no limit to imagination. We can imagine and visualize whatever we want. Yes, Swami wearing Kanakambara flowers also, you can take it as meaning. Yes, Brother Vimalesan, you have some question.
I just want to be a little bit more clear here. As Kanakambara, so you have given the meaning as clothes, space, sky, but Kanaga is the meaning of gold there for Kanaga?
Gold or golden?
No, I mean gold.
Kanakam, Kanakam means it's gold.
Gold, right? Yeah. So there is but I thought that way it's a he wears golden colored robe. That's what the meaning I have been thinking. But the space is correct there because Kanaga Gagana is the space.
Gagana is sky.
Sorry?
Gagana is sky.
Oh, that's right. So here sky meaning, is that correct? Because
Ambara. Ambara is
Ambara. Oh,
Ambara is the sky.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Ambara. Okay. Kanaga, Ambara. Okay. So both there. Okay.
Okay. So the meaning is, I have just given the meaning. Prostration
Yeah,
is the one
but still it should be okay. Here, okay. Thank you. That's good. Okay.
See, the thing is, I've given you a simple meaning, or you can ask. Sister Dharani said, "You one who wears the Kanakambra flowers." Also, you can put. Okay,
Yeah.
that is also meaning, because we can only work with what we already know. But the thing is, it can also means the golden. See, I don't know. You all are familiar with the word like Chidambara, Digambara.
Yeah.
For example, let's take the word Digambara. They will say Digambara Sannyasi.
Yeah.
Generally, Digambara Sannyasis don't wear any clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are multiple meanings which are given to this. Digambara means, Dig means directions.
Yeah.
Clothes means they wear the Dig as the clothes. The directions as the clothes mean they don't wear any other clothes. So they expect the sky around them to be the clothes. That's
Yeah.
also another meaning given. A Chidambara means who wears the cloth of Chit. This is Chidambaram, famous Chidambaram temple. So where if you go, they will show this is Chidambara Rahasyam. That means there's just space, nothing else. So the space, actually Chidambara is, I don't know, we studied Sandhya Nivane, Swami will say Chidakasha. There's a word called Chidakasha, which I think we have studied. Chid Akasha, that is Chid Ambara. Chidakasha is Chidambara. So that means Chid space is what you go and pray there. So golden space, dhari, means, it can also means, so God is called Hiranya Garbha. There's a name, Swami also uses the word Hiranya Garbha, means the original form of God is called Hiranya Garbha. Garbha means he is the womb. His womb is gold, golden. What the gold means, not the gold which we wear. Gold is actually the quality. If something is, you say red stone, blue stone means that stone gives the light of blue color. It emits that color. So golden, that's why I use the word gold. That means it spreads a certain luminescence, some effulgence. Okay. So he wears that effulgent sky around him. So you can also take, when the Lord walks, there is a golden hue around him. There's a golden light which bathes him or clothes him, veils him. Like that also you can take. So it can also mean the original God, who is called Hiranya Garbha, okay, who was golden, flame of light, which filled the space. So the word Dhari means he supports it. He is the one who makes it happen. So there are multiple levels of meanings you can give to this name. Auntie Kanagesh is calling, Kanageshwari, she's also Kanagam. So I think she has to have a word. Sairam Auntie.
I know gold. Ambara means, does it mean seat also? I don't know, because when you talk about elephants, we say Ambara. Does that mean seat?
See, because it is seat, Auntie, everything in this world exists in space.
That is the mean.
See, so when we say space, it's not the sky which is above there. There should be something which holds everything together. That is space. So it holds. It's a vessel. Without that, nothing can exist. So space is that room of, I don't know, whatever we call, within that everything can reside. So that is why the word, sometimes it also means seat.
Seat, yeah.
Because if I am sitting on a chair means there's a space on which I can settle myself. So that is why. So that's why some of these words have multiple levels of meaning as you put it to when you apply it. So, but that's why. In a cloth also gives you the space within which you exist.
So the meaning changes according to the context.
Exactly. But ultimately, it's a space where everything resides.
The base one is base.
Yes, it's the base foundation. So that's okay. It can mean that also. But space is ultimately the seat in which the entire world exists. That's the Akasha. Okay, Chidakasha. So they say Kanakagasha, you can say.
Golden.
And so it's good that Kanakeshwari auntie is talking.
Yeah. I know it's goddess of wealth.
Okay. So dhari means people can, you can say wearing, but actually it's supporting.
Thank you.
That it supports everything. Sai Ram. I hope. Okay, next one. 62. Om Shri Sai Ad Bhuta Charyaya Namaha. So you have to pay attention to this compound consonant, id and bhu. Id bhu. So id is third letter in the ta varga, so it's not aspirated, no extra air. Id. The next one is bha, which is second letter which is coming in that compound consonant. That is fourth letter in the pa varga. Bha. So it's ad bhu ta. Adbhuta. That bhu only comes in bhuvar. Bhur bhuvasva, bhu. So it's a BH, which basically indicates you have to give some extra air. Okay. Adbhuta Charyaya Namaha. So that's the Charyaya is the fourth vibhakti. The simple name, noun is Adbhuta Charyaha. Adbhuta Charyaha. So as you can see, there are two distinct words in that name. Adbhuta is one. Charyaha is the second one. Adbhuta, I think all of you know. It's supernatural, astonishing, which is not normal, super normal, whatever you want to call it. Charyaha means chara. It comes from the word chara, means to move, to be active. I think in Tamil we use something called chariyai, kiriyai, yogam, jnanam, like that, The charya means any good activity. All our, what you are busy with, what you will go around doing, that's called charya. Or even the path which you follow is also called, like brahmacharya. That means you are on the path of Brahman. Towards Brahman, you are acting, you are moving, you are forward, you are progressing, all that. Okay. So I have used the word one who is engaged in activities. Okay. So the Lord Swami is always engaged in activities which are supernatural, which are miraculous, which are always wonder, which they create wonder in us. So all his work is miraculous work. Okay, supernatural, superhuman. You can put anything like that. So Adbhuta Charyaya Namaha. Yes, brother Vimalesa.
Yeah, so again, to be clear, so Charya, it's here, the Sanskrit word is meaning only the activity, not the sarira, not that meaning.
No. The sha is the sha, brother.
Oh,
this
okay.
is cha.
Oh, okay.
Cha means action. Chara.
Okay.
Chara means to move. Also means
Okay.
to act.
Okay.
Like chara, achara, mean moving and non-moving.
Okay.
Zoom idada Sanskrit class.
Okay.
Hello.
Charyaya Namaha.
Oh. Illiyada Sanskrit class 10:30 தானே முடியும்.
Okay, I hope 10:06. I will just continue. I have a few more, about 6-7 names. If it's okay, we'll do whatever we can, and if I don't cover it completely, please let me know. We can do it again next week. So Om Shri Sai Adbhuta Charyaya Namaha. We go to the next one. Om Shri Sai Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Apad Ba. So it is a compound consonant with Ba. But here the Ba is not aspirated. So it is the third letter in the Pa Varga. Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Apad Bandhavaha is the simple name or the noun. Apad is trouble, calamity, etc. And it's the same, I think, in all Indian languages. Tamil will say abat like that. Okay, apad, bandhavaha. Bandhavaha, I think we have already looked at the word bandhu and bandhavaha. Bandhavaha. Bandhavaha means kith and kin or friend or relative. Okay. So apad bandhavaha means when we are in trouble, the Lord will still be with us. Others may run away as fast as they can, but the Lord will be there with us as a friend and a relative, as everything, even when we are in trouble, when there's calamity strikes us. So we pray to the Lord who is there with us all times, especially when we are in trouble. Prostration to the friend during troubling times. So I use the word friend, just in some simple word name. Om Shri Sai Prematmane Namaha. So the first simple name is Prematma. It comprises of two words, Prema and Atma. There are not too many complicated letters which you are not familiar. I think we have come across these compound consonant quite a few times. So it should be okay. Prema, Atma. Ma and A becomes Ma. Okay, Prema Atmane. So Prema is love. Atma means the self, the divine self in us, the divine self in Swami. So prostration to the one who is the Atmic self of love. Okay, sorry. I don't know how I. So I think it's pretty reasonably simple as long as you know to read. Om Shri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Prema Murtaye Namaha. So the simple noun, first vibhakti or is Prathama vibhakti is Prema Murtihi, which comprises of Prema and Murtihi. Okay, Prema is love, Murtihi means one with form. I think we looked at one with divine form is Murti. I've just one whose form is love. That's what I've used here. Okay, prostration to the one whose form is love. Love is my form, Swami sings. So it's love is my form, Namaha, I would say. Om Shri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Prema Pradaya Namaha. The da is the third one, it's not aspirated, okay? So no extra air. Pradaya. Because sometimes, because once it's thinking it's Sanskrit, we sometimes will say Pradhaya. It's not Pradhaya, it's Pradaya. No extra air in the da, okay? Prema Pradaya Namaha. Prema Pradaha is the simple noun or name. Okay, I don't know why. Prema is love. Prada is giver. I think we have looked at Daha. Pradaha means one who gives. Okay. So love giver. It's a prostration to the giver of love. Even for us to have love, the Lord has to make us, give us, grant us that ability to have love. Even that quality is given by the Lord. So we pray to Swami to give us also the love which He is the form of love. So He is the one who is capable of giving us the quality of love for us also to practice. Om Shri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Priyaha is the simple name, Priyaha. Dear one. Oh, dear one, we love him. Whenever we show affection, we say Priya. Okay, so we say the Lord is love, can be loved by everyone. He loves everyone. So you can use it both ways. We love him and he also loves us. Okay, one who loves also can be called Priya, who expresses his love. Okay. The next one is Sri Sai Bhakti Priyaya Namaha. Bhakta Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta. I think Om is missing. I will fix it. Bhakta Priyaya Namaha. Simple name is Bhakta Priyaha. Bhakta, devotee, Priyaha, dear one. Prostration to the one who is dear to the devotees. Or you can even put the devotees are dear to him also. For whom the devotees are dear, who is dear to devotees. It's mutual affection and love which exists between the Lord and us. I think it's so simple. The bha, you have taken the bhakta, always make sure that the bha is the fourth one with extra air. Bhakta, bhaya, bhava, all of them have the fourth letter in the bha varga. Yes, Brother Kumar.
Just a question. When you said bhakta, the ta is not there. So
Bhakta.
It's
Bhakta.
bhakta.
So tha means then it becomes the second letter where you have extra. So that's why it's ta, bhakta.
Bhakta.
Not bhakta. Holmes, maybe I made a mistake. So that's why I also can make mistake. You all should, as long as you know what is right, that you give me some discount, because I also can pronounce it wrong. So bhakta, not bhakta. Okay, bhakta priyaya namaha. Okay. Yes, brother.
Oh no, I was trying to undo that and.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. So sometimes we know what is right. Sometimes we may not practice it. So same way, I also know what the pronunciation should be, but habit, sometimes I may pronounce it wrong. So as long as you are clear what should be the pronunciation, then you should not have any issues in understanding. And please point out if I did something, say something not right. Okay, no problem. Om Shri Sai Bhakta Mandaraya Namaha. Mandaraya Namaha. Bhakta Mandaraha is the simple name. Okay. Bhakta is devotees. I put the word plural here, but it's devotee. In different places, it means you have to contextually know what it means, whether it's for one devotee or for all the devotees. So I put, for English sake, I use the word devotees. Mandaraha means heaven. Mandara is supposed to be a flower which is only found in the heaven, Swarga. It also means there's a Mandara tree also. Mandara also can be the flower or the tree. This is all trees and flowers in heaven. They have the wish. They can give you your kalpavriksha type of thing. They can make whatever you wish come true. That is all heavenly stuff. So heaven, Mandara flower or Mandara tree. Mandara is also considered coral. Coral tree, coral flower, which basically means it can give you everything you want. That's the meaning. So prostration to the one who is heaven for the devotees. I just use the word heaven. Mandara means heaven also. So I've used the word because that's what Professor Kasturi seems to have preferred. So I also went with that. So those are all the 12 names which I prepared for today. I hope it was reasonably clear and not boring. Things which interest me, I shared, but I hope you found it somehow useful. I will see if anyone has questions we can discuss. Otherwise, you can close with Samastaloka. I will wait and see if no one says anything. I had made a few corrections, so I will again save the document. Please bear with me when I make some mistakes. Auntie, you wanted to say something?
Yes, actually, this has nothing to do with your lesson today, but I just want to say, like in 9th century itself, Manivasa has said, Shivapuranatila, Allarpravi Arpane ஒன்று சொல்லற்கரியானை சொல்லி திருவடிக்கு சொல்லிய பாட்டின் பொருளுணர்ந்து சொல்லுவார். அப்ப சொல்லிய பாட்டின் பொருளுணர்ந்து சொல்லுவார்ன்றது வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். 50 years பெரட் மாதிரி சொல்லி கொண்டு இருந்த நாங்கள் இப்பதான் அந்த சொல்லிய பாட்டின் பொருளுணர்ந்து சொல்லுறோம். That makes a big difference in reciting this Ashtotram. That's what I wanted to thank you for that. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because it was just repeating those words those days, no?
Yes, and because I myself know some of the meanings, but some of the words you don't pay attention, And so this actually gives me an opportunity to pay attention, contemplate on it, think of Swami. And next time when we chant, we will with a bit more, as you said, knowing the meaning, we should say whatever we are. If you're singing, we should know the meaning and sing. This is what, as you said, then only we'll have benefit. Otherwise, it becomes a mechanical ritual. Not Swami says you are a tape recorder then. Yes, and so whatever. Thank you, and thank you. Somebody put a comment or question. Yeah, Brother Kumar is thanking Auntie. Yes, because see, it's all great people have told different things. It's the seeker goes and finds everywhere, because sometimes when we read something else, something which we already know becomes clearer also. Whatever we already know. So that is a part of satsang and sadhana, and we all benefit from each other. We benefit from reading from everywhere, and Sanskrit has lots of literature, spiritual literature. No language to beat Sanskrit because the amount of scriptural texts which have come out. Though every great people have lived, and God men have lived in other language and produced literature in other languages as well. But everything makes us rich.
Actually, Sanskrit is the mother of all these.
Yes, because many of them have translated many things from Sanskrit. Because most of this, like you said, Manikavajar, he has also, they studied, and then they gave it form in the local languages, so everyone can benefit. Even the people who don't know the language can benefit.
So that the local people could understand.
Exactly, that's what they did. You take even like people like Subramanya Bharati, who lived in the modern age. He has studied Sanskrit texts, and he has made it accessible to the common man in Tamil. So same thing has happened in many other languages and regions also.
The same with Latin.
Latin, most of the Western languages took from Latin, and Swami says Latin and Sanskrit are very close in how the roots are, word roots come together, and there are some discourses Swami says. Like for example, he says he uses the word Purusha, which is basically a divine person in Tamil. In English, Sanskrit, Purusha, which is available in any Indian languages. And Swami says in Latin language, the root is persona. Purusha and persona, they come from the same root. And that's the way. So ultimately, the seed from which everything sprung is the same. So Latin was similar in structure and complexity and depth. It is same as Swami has said. And so it is, you can say Latin, they gave the name Latin, but that's also Sanskrit as far as Swami is concerned. It's like God is one. In different languages, people call differently, and Then we fight, is Allah better or Shiva better or Vishnu better? But God is only one. But the names which we give is different. So Latin is also Sanskrit, you can say, in its purest form, if it's studied like that. That's why even for people, law students, they still study Latin. Because many of the terms in legal terms are still Latin, even though it's translated in local languages.
Brother, I have a simple question. I sometimes wonder which language came first, Sanskrit or Tamil? There's always a debate.
See, I think the language was created just the way when human beings were created, God created. See, this who came first, who came second is a very competitive discussion which people are having just to show that one is superior than the other. If God created everyone, God created language also. But many places in the world did not preserve the original because of that some of these languages got lost, sister. When we say Samskrita, the name Samskrita itself was given later on. The original word which was described was language, bhasha. Okay, the word Sanskrit itself came in the past 1 to 2000 years ago, but the original name given was bhasha. So bha means that which is radiating light. Okay, so speech is supposed to give us knowledge. So anything which gives knowledge is bhasha. Samskrita means that which gets refined. So every language we can take and make it refined. And a lot of linguistic scientists, the rishis in India worked on it a lot. They did a lot of sadhana, and so they were able to preserve that purity of the language and use it. But in other places also, that's why the Sanskrit is what God created is Sanskrit. Many people think, what we are learning is not Sanskrit. God created language for everyone to use, and it is Sanskrit. But what is said is the Sanskrit, depending on the region, it took a slightly different form. Apparently, there's some Vedic texts which tell, based on the physical location, how a word will change. That was also predicted in some of the Vedic texts. So, for example, if you take the word Brindavan or Vraja, in some places it will say Braja, Vraja, like that it will keep on changing. So, what God, is he Indian or Western, or that kind of question, it should not be. So Sanskrit belongs to everyone. It belongs to all the languages. That's why in India, not too many people call Sanskrit as a mother tongue. They call some other tongue as mother tongue because that is not yet refined. But Sanskrit is the one the seed from which everything originated, which is not here. When we are reading Devanagari, that is not Sanskrit. The sound itself is Sanskrit, but it's given form through Devanagari. It was a script which was given. So that's my understanding, sister. So what came first? If you ask Tamils, they will say Tamil came first. It's a big struggle and a fight in India. It's it's like who did God create a Tamil person or a Westerner, or a North Indian? God created all human beings. We don't know how and when. And when each person was created, language was given to them. But according to their own maturity, refinement, they were able to bring out the best in them. It's like, do you have divinity or do I have divinity? Means both of us have a spark of divinity in us. How we manifest depends on us. So that's the way Swami looks at it. So all languages came from that divine language. That's all I can say.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
So yes, language of the heart. That's what Swami says, language of the heart. So in our heart, everyone has language. How we express it is what differs. That's all I would say. So everything else is just just political arguments and competition are necessary, which comes from, as Brother Vimalison said, half knowledge. Only the people who know in between, they only fight about these things and argue. So with that, we will close. It's 10:27. Samasta Loka and Shanti. I hope people don't mind the class today the way it went.
No, thank you so much, Arno. Thank
It was
you.
okay.
We are blessed.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.